What a very special time for me.
Okay, that was terrible.
Well, I mean, with the delay.
The delay was awesome. Yeah. And oh, by the way, we are live.
Hey!
Hi, Internet. How you doing? And welcome to
That snuck up on us.
What may be our last.
No,
maybe not.
No. No.
Welcome to our first super high tech stream
So
for
high-tech.
our game in the Karthun setting. I am Eric Millett, the DM of the game, and want to welcome you to our stream.
You're
we
welcome.
are playing through sort of the first recommended adventure in the Karthun Avengers. I've got Marvel on the brain tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Marvelous.
I was thinking you were going for Avenger, which was like from the D&D cartoon.
Yeah, Avenger.
Yes, that's exactly what he was
exactly
going
what I was going for.
Good one.
Mr. Obscure
You meant to
reference.
do that.
All right, back on the rails. We are playing the first recommended adventure at the back of the Karthun setting. We are moving through that. I've made some modifications. We're using the whole setting sort of as a guideline and not really trying to adhere directly to Brian's comic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it around the room and let the players introduce themselves and their characters, and we're going to start with Dwayne.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Sibley. You may know me as Valthonis on the internet, places like Twitter and such. I play Tane of Winter. Tane is a mage-bound Illin. So he is not just himself, he is also a water elemental that has been bound with him. And he kind of goes through life as a symbiotic creature. And that's pretty much it. He's got some stuff in his past that we have yet to go into, and hopefully we'll get there over the course of the story.
Awesome. Thanks, Dwayne. Next, Jason, who's there-ish.
There-ish.
Yeah, over there.
Hello, Internet. I am Jason Cormack, a.k.a. Sequel Cowboy on Twitter, and I am playing Brannick Kiaratala, the Wolf Clan Elf Mercenary Fighter, also brother to Jim's character. Fun fact, I am definitely a gameaholic.
Fun fact.
There's a 12-step program for that.
And this is step one.
This is step one, admitting that you have a problem.
That's
All right, next up, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen Millett. I do illustration and cosplay, and you can find me at Militant across the interwebs. I play Minari Kiratala, who is a Wolf Clan elf, and I am a rogue thief, and he's my brother.
Cool. And finally, Antanas.
My name's Antanas Malus. You can find me on the Twitter, all of you cat people, as A. Malus. I play Phelan Krennig. Any of you science nerds out there will get this. He's named Phelan because he worships the iron.
F.E. for Ferris.
F.E., right, exactly, yeah, for the periodic table thing. All right, good. But he
Not
is
lost.
a Forge domain cleric with a very interesting sordid past.
Sorted.
And definitely, I would say
interesting.
probably the oldest of the group.
Yes.
I gotta say, Sorted is the best of all the dids. Dids, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than Katie did.
Candid?
Yeah.
Candid, yeah.
And it's good, but Sorted's better.
And once again,
Definitely better than Rancid.
I'm Eric Millett, and I'm the DM. You can find me on the interwebs at Eric Millett or at Killior, Killior. And to bring you up to speed, the party has ventured into the warehouse of the Night Kings on a covert mission assigned to them by Captain Dursk of the Undercity Guard. They have been basically contracted to make sure that deliveries came in and out of the warehouse without any problem. Which of course means there was a problem. There was a delivery, something, so bear with us if we have a little bit of glitching.
K Vanellope.
Back in to the setting, the the party found a bunch of undead being delivered to this warehouse and coming back reanimating as they were being delivered. There's also a strange pulse, a strange energy that seems to be emanating from a source relatively nearby that seems to be causing harm to people as well. The party makes their way back into the warehouse, down into the basement level, where they had encountered a sort of slight, meager humanoid surrounded by a bunch of undead creatures. The party defeats most of the undead, and just as they feel like they're about to save this meager humanoid, it reaches out and touches two of the left standing undead and teleports away with them. And that is where we pick up our adventure tonight. And so I start tonight the way I start every night. What would you guys like to do?
Whoa. I guess my first thing is I want to go over and make sure my brother's okay, because he did just drop to the ground, and then you very nicely brought him back. Are you okay, Bran?
I'm much better now, thanks.
Do me a favor. Don't do that again, okay?
And you
Not
look and
planning. Trust me, I'm not planning on it.
No, really, I don't know what I don't want to be alone.
as you look at Bran, he's covered in his own blood.
Of course, man.
He even though he's physically better, his state is somewhat disheveled and bloody.
You look kind of like a mess.
Yeah, I could use a shower.
I don't think that's going to happen right now, but soon, maybe.
Yeah.
What was that all about, guys?
I don't know.
I thought
Dark magic afoot.
I thought we were rescuing that guy, but apparently not.
Yeah, I thought that too. I feel like we're being toyed with a little bit.
Maybe we should take a look around, search the room, see if there's anything that he left behind or any clues on these bodies.
All right,
Agreed.
let's take a look. I feel like there were a few little remains hanging around there.
As you inspect the room, there are about 4 or 5 remains that you can sort of get into that haven't disintegrated or become sort of a mess.
Dead, undead things.
The clothing as a whole is tattered. It looks somewhat decayed, like it's been almost rotting for some time. And as you look through, you find only one piece of paper that really is something that looks salvageable. On the last corpse that you're inspecting, you find a piece of paper.
Was there anything written on it?
As you open it and unfold it, there is only you read the heading, and it's "To my beloved mother." Do you wish to read the entire letter?
I would like to read the entire letter.
Okay, so the letter chronicles the story of an adventurer, and he is basically, he writes to his mother to let her know that he doesn't think he's going to survive this excursion, and he hopes that she will be able to care for his 2 sisters in his absence, and he's sorry he hasn't been able to send money home.
It was their signature from the author.
There is. His name is Johann
Sebastian Bach.
Yes.
Sebastian Bach.
Yo,
Johannes
Johann.
Brahms. Yeah. Johann.
So yeah, it's just Johann.
I don't think I'm going to make it. Nope. No, you're not.
I don't think he made it.
I don't think he made it. All right, well, should we continue to take a look around? Do you want me to kind of sneak up and check out what else might be down here?
It's not a bad idea. As I say that, I'm actually going to pocket the letter.
All right.
Can I try to, like, stealth and then poke around?
Sure. What direction would you like to go in?
Well, we came from that way, so I think I'd like to try to come around.
All right. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
14.
All right.
Not super swell, but
All right. So you make your way. You see the base of the lifts,
Over here?
the devices, that were used to bring goods up and down from the main floor. And this one is just, you can see the struts that have it lifted up. It's recessed just a bit from the main
on it.
Roll a history check.
I remember this. I don't. It's been weeks. I don't remember it either. I have a 7.
Yeah,
I do not remember.
You kind of remember like jumping on one of these or something at some point in time.
Yeah,
Was it this one?
No,
You don't remember?
Yeah. I do remember going on the other one.
You remember.
Yes.
All right. You see a very similar dark stone wall.
Two upstairs.
Towards your right.
Can I look along it to see if there's any like indentations or anything of that nature?
Sure. Roll an investigation check for every square that you want to look at.
16 for this first one.
The first 5 feet of the wall are smooth, and you see no variations, nothing that looks to be any sort of deformity or defect in the wall whatsoever. And you note that the wall is almost unnaturally smooth.
That's weird. All right, I guess I'll continue up a little bit.
All right, so the next 5 feet, go ahead.
I was going to roll the next.
Okay, go ahead.
15
roll them
or
all.
whatever. Woo! Woo, woo! Okay. Investigation.
Yes.
So 16.
16. You notice again, the wall is incredibly smooth here. It's unnatural in how perfect it is.
Like it just doesn't look like it could have been carved or
This
anything.
is not
just...
something. This is something that was done with the utmost precision. There was no. It was not a rough job. It was not a rushed tooling. It was something that is. There was a lot of time spent on
It
the
was like
carving
a high
and the
grit
polishing of the
sandpaper
stone.
used at the end. Yeah, it's buffed. Okay. The next.
Just gonna jot down rough tooling and my list of band names.
Yes.
The next one is a 17.
17. Again, what are the rest of your rolls?
17 and then 20, not natural.
All right. So pretty much as you follow along the wall, you notice the same composition all the way through.
Okay.
As you get to the very end of the wall, you notice that there are some strange notches in the corner that you didn't notice at first. They look planned, but they don't seem to have any kind of... there's no discernible meaning to what they might be. But they look intentional. They're not accidental or damage.
Okay. I'm going to turn around
Okay.
and head back to my friend. That, paying close attention to things, and tell you about the weird notching and things at the very corner that I noticed. I don't know why it's like that, but maybe we should take a look.
Did you see anyone or anything
I didn't.
over
I
there?
didn't notice anything.
Probably safe for the rest of us to head over and take a look.
Show me.
I'll keep an eye out while you two look.
All right.
All right.
So I'll escort
Are you coming, Ting?
Phelan back.
We will stay with you.
Hey, it was over here.
And so as you make your way over with Minari, you do see some shipping crates as well that are sort of broken, that look as though they've been sort of rifled through at this point.
Or somebody tried to get out of them.
Or could be somebody trying to get out of them. She brings you over to the corner, and you see notching into the corner of this large, heavily polished, heavily finished stone structure that is in the center of the back of this warehouse. The composition...
Me where I can keep an eye on them. I don't want to be around the corner from them. I'll make sure I can see them. It's hard to tell.
you have a straight shot to
Okay.
them. and then Tane is somewhat around the corner.
And I've got my pistol out,
Yeah,
just
your
in case.
pistol is out. Okay. Good. So as you examine, you see they look very planned. The notches into the corner of the structure. And then you could roll an investigation check if you would like.
What do you think it could be?
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
It just follows you everywhere you go.
The beauty of how polished and prepared the surface is, the stone, just mesmerizes you. It, with your knowledge of stonework, you realize that you don't recognize the ore, you don't recognize the stone at all, but you get the sense that it would have taken a significant amount of preparation to get the stone so beautifully polished, and to notch those notches perfectly from bottom.
Are they Buenos notches?
They're Buenos
Buenos
notches.
notches. Oh, God.
So he...
Do they move at all?
God.
Do they... this is a bad
That's...
idea.
Yeah.
Shame.
He then sort of rubs the... he rubs the outside of the stone in fascination. All you kind of hear from him is a few grunts and things like... Oh,
He's caressing the stone. He's romancing the stone, guys.
Jesus.
This won't be a sword in the stone kind of moment.
No.
Took it
Oh,
there.
no,
You
no.
did take it there, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Tane, Bran, it's quiet. You hear a little bit of shuffle as you notice
Awkward
Phelan.
sounds from Phelan.
Phelan romancing the stone over in the corner.
He would actually like to, like, the notches actually kind of, like, inspect them a little more
He wants to
deeply.
finger the notches.
Wording.
I wasn't going to say it.
But you did it
But
with
you
your
did.
hand.
I
Alright,
did. I know.
so-
Yeah,
I
but
just-
you
I was
went,
trying to find, another word.
Roll another investigation check for me, please.
Okay, let's not have this.
Maybe it's like a
the
giant
indentations.
Rubik's Cube.
It could be. With a 12, will I find out anything?
I don't know. Do you have anything to add?
You notice that there's nothing. The stone, even though it's notched, it's a perfect notch. The angles are precise and true, and there's nothing that you can think of in your history of stonework that could cause such a precise cut at such a direct angle with no imperfections whatsoever.
Is this sort of like
Matching.
a joining this sort of thing?
Is it like a dovetail?
So
That's
if
what
you-
I was. Yeah, that's
if
what I was
you
looking
think
for.
about it, right?
Yeah.
So think about it being like a 90-degree,
Yeah.
and then there are sections that are notched out
Oh, okay.
where the 90 degrees
Got it.
gets cut to an angle, almost like there's a little shelf.
Is it all along the whole side?
Make an investigation check.
No, I'm not there, but Phelan is. So, like, when you say that these are perfectly cut, completely direct, are the edges sharp?
That was gonna be my follow up too.
I feel like it's like a recess, like you sometimes have in like an in-ground pool, like a recessed little cut-in thing. Is that what you're?
Yeah, it would be similar, like a
Like a
recess. You could describe it as a recess.
Yeah. 10.
10? Yeah, it's a recess.
I feel like this is gonna be another door.
Well, I was just thinking if they went all along the top, maybe I could try to climb up.
Oh yeah, sure.
Should I try that?
You
Maybe not yet.
can
Maybe what?
certainly give it a shot.
What brand?
Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet.
All right.
But if we need to find a way out, that's definitely one.
Well, I was
way.
just trying to. Then I could anyway. Okay. So maybe we should continue our way around, or
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
are you guys coming with? I look
Yeah,
back
we'll
at.
come with.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to stealthily go around the corner.
All right, and if you could move Tane and Brannick with you as you guys move.
Oh, awesome! I fall right behind you.
All right. Do I notice anything around that corner?
There are some more sort of open shipping containers. There's splinters of wood from shipping containers. There are some different items, chains and hooks that are hung on the wall.
Meat hooks.
But aside from that,
Does it look like these shipping containers had zombies break out of them?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I was going to
do
say,
they
can I
have
look
signs of
in the
where?
crates?
yeah,
and see if
they do look like they were opened with haste and force,
from the interior.
potentially from the interior.
If I look
yes.
in any of the crates, is there anything left in any of them?
If you can roll an investigation check if you would like, and take a look inside one.
Investigation. 14.
14. Yeah. So as you look in, there is some dirt, and there is some tattered cloth, and it does look like this might have housed a corpse at one point in time.
Delightful. Guys, this is really gross.
Really grody.
It's really disturbing. Where
We need to figure out what's going on here, and then
where
get
are
out.
all of the zombie people? Except, well, we did kill a whole bunch of them. I wonder if that's
We killed 4 of them, and 2 of them were teleported away.
how many crates do we find?
How many crates? There seem to be at least 15 in this section of the warehouse.
I was wondering if there were as many crates as there were zombies. We just
There are
found.
definitely more crates than
More
zombies.
crates than zombies.
I have a question. Maybe it's not a question. It's a thought. Maybe that dude that we thought was under attack by the zombies is actually collecting them from the boxes. Like the boxes come in, and then maybe he's collecting them, and we
After
just
doing what?
Why?
raising them. Maybe I don't know. He seemed to be kind of friendly with them after.
Well, it was kind of hard to tell with them surrounding him.
Right. Well, I thought at first that maybe they were attacking him, but then then
That's
it
what I
became
thought.
obvious that it wasn't that. So I was just thinking maybe he's connected to this somehow.
But why did somebody send zombies here in the first place?
I don't know. Isn't that what we should be investigating?
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Okay. I guess we'll continue. This is really creepy.
Yeah, be ready to be attacked by potentially more zombies if.
Great, because I'm
These all happen
feeling
in-
a little beat up as it is.
Yeah, me too. Trust me.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll slowly continue, and I'm looking around. I'm checking to see if I can find any kind of other signs besides shards of boxes and dead people belongings.
Okay.
Here's your sign.
You make your way about halfway through the room, and you notice that there seems to be a whole crate. There's a crate that has not been opened. It is just sitting there undisturbed.
Guys.
How big is this crate?
It is approximately 4 to 5 feet long, about 3 feet wide, and about 3 feet deep.
So about the same size as the other ones.
About the same size as the other crates.
This
correct.
crate looks like the one that the dead people popped out of in the vestibule area.
Mace at the ready.
Okay.
What is the condition of
I'm gonna
this?
switch to my sword.
What was that, Tane?
What is the condition of this crate? Is it as worn and damaged as the others? Is it pristine? Does it look like it's been shipped back and forth a whole bunch of times? What is the condition of the
Sure.
crate?
Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Certainly. Investigation.
Lots of investigation tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
Investigation.
That is a 14.
14. The crate seems to be preserved in a way the others are not. As you look at it, the wood seems to be a finer grained wood, a higher quality wood. And there seems to be a bit more... it looks worn and used, but it seems to have had some care in its use.
it's
And you
a
notice
higher
some
society
additional
casket.
adornments There are additional adornments on this crate that were not on the others.
How casket-like do the crates look?
Right?
Just asking.
Kind of like a pine box.
It looks like a pie box. This one's a fancy one.
They look like shipping crates.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Eric, I pull in the local ley lines and mutter Ilu Artica. Detect magic on the box.
Okay. And you do get the sense that there is, similar to before, you get a strange aura of magic all throughout the box. And almost as if that magic is aware of your presence and your ability to acknowledge its existence, it dissipates immediately.
Does it go anywhere specific, or does it just fade?
It seems to shrink in upon itself, centered around the crate.
I'm really tempted to go up to the crate and do the shave and a haircut knock and
As
see
you
if
observe this,
zombies can't resist.
as you observe this, you feel.
Oh no, not that again.
Oh god.
And I need everyone to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Not again.
please.
I'm going to die just from like EMP waves.
Yep.
Yep.
A what?
This is unpleasant.
Constitution saving throw.
So D20 plus con.
D20 plus con, unless you
Oh,
are
that's gonna
proficient in
suck.
Constitution saving throws.
Oh wait, I am. So what do I get for that? +2?
Plus your proficiency as well, yeah.
Proficiency, yep.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
I'm slowly going to die.
So we'll start from the top. Tane, what'd you get?
19.
19. Excellent. Brannick, what do you got?
Also 19.
Also a 19. So then Minari,
I got a 10.
a 10.
Yay.
All right. And Phelan,
14.
a 14. All right. So Phelan, Bran, and Tane, you feel the pulse just emanate through your body. And it feels as though it's coming not from the box, but from a source to your right.
It's coming from the big
You
column of
feel
stone.
your essence, your desire to live, slowly being pulled from your body. The feeling passes over you, and you come out unharmed.
Must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
Minari,
It
you
penetrates us.
you feel the
It
same.
surrounds us.
And the wave, it pulls at your fears, at your innermost secrets, and rips at your desire to continue to live. You take 2 points of damage. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 temporarily.
Great.
And in a moment,
I'm not feeling so great, guys.
in that moment, all you are possessed by is the vision of what it must have been like to find your mother's body, to find her dead. And you strangely have the desire to join her.
I was never close to you, but suddenly I want to be.
Does Minari physically react?
Yeah,
In-
as
in
the wave
more
as the
so
wave
than the
hits
rest
you
of us?
all, as the wave hits you all, you see her sort of clutch at her chest and wince in pain and
I
start to
probably
fall
dropped
over
to a
bit.
knee. Yeah.
Yeah, Bran rushes over to her and like holds her and is like,
Okay.
I don't know what to do, but we have to get out of here. He looks at the others. We just have to get out of here, whatever that was. Did you feel where that came from? And he points to the right.
Yeah, felt like it was from there.
Do you actually reach out and touch the wall?
Well, I am a little off balance, so maybe I would,
Okay.
which might not be the best option, but that's probably what I would do.
So you sort of reach out and it came from over here and you start to fall, and as you lean into the wall, you feel a heat to the wall that wasn't there in your previous investigations. And it withdraws back into the stone, and it feels all of a sudden cold as you would normally expect stone to feel.
That was really weird.
What?
When I touched the wall, it was hot.
How?
I I don't know how.
Bran touches the wall.
But then after I touched it and it was hot, it suddenly got cold.
As you all touch the wall, it is cold. It feels like cold stone.
That was.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I touched it and it was hot, and then it immediately went cold. It was.
There's got to be some way
really
past
weird.
that wall.
I mean, I don't know.
We hypothesize that the path into the wall may be found among the contents of that crate.
Then let's open the crate.
We have two unknowns, one of which we can know.
Well, whatever it is, we can't just sit around and keep waiting.
Agreed.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna stand up and
I'll help her up.
back up a little bit. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm feeling a little wobbly.
All right. So you take your place sort of behind the group?
I mean, not entirely. I just want to back up a little bit.
All right.
Whoever wants to go and check out the crate first.
Hi, I'll do it.
All right. So Phelan
I go up behind him
steps up,
with my sword ready.
and Brannick with sword ready behind. What would you like to do?
Cast shield, first of all.
Okay. You cast shield upon
Myself.
yourself.
And how is the crate closed?
It looks, although the craftsmanship of this crate is that of a fine build, it is a standard shipping crate. It is basically a wooden platform that is nailed into four walls, as it appears.
Okay. Sword. I need a sword
Okay.
to try and create a lever
I've
inside
got
of
a
it.
dagger. That's all I get.
Fine. Take the dagger. I'm still holding my hammer in my other hand, but I try and jimmy like a crowbar.
Yep. So you stick. Go ahead and you stick the dagger in between the lid and the side wall. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Okay. 20, non-nat.
A non-natural 20.
Yeah.
All right. You feel it pops, and the lid of the crate just creaks up a bit. It's still, you can't get into it. You can't really see into it, but it's definitely been jimmied up a little bit.
Okay. I will continue to try and do that around the perimeter to further release the.
All
whatever's keeping
right.
it down.
Make a roll for each corner.
Okay. So that's a 9, a 17, and then the third would be 20 again.
All right. You manage to get it to the point where it feels like it's pretty dislodged. It's pretty ready to go, and you feel like you could just lift it off at this point.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Hand you back your thing.
I put the dagger back and step back again.
All right. Meanwhile, Tane.
Yes.
There, you just from your position, you can see them sort of trying to wiggle the lid off the top. Live viewers, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
We have no way of knowing that Tane tried to cast anything, any kind of detect magic or anything. Okay.
He didn't
You
disclose.
saw me glow, and that's about it. You saw me glow and you heard me mutter.
Because, yeah. Anyway, okay. Because I have an idea, but Min doesn't know.
So what's up there? I'm standing back and I'm still all glowing, so what do I see?
You see a little bit of. You have detect magic still up, right?
Yeah.
You, as the lid starts to raise, you see magic emanating from the cracks of this shipping crate.
We immediately say, stand back!
Okay, so you step back. You all step back, and nothing happens.
I since it's all loose on all four corners, I just thaumaturgy the lid right off this thing.
Okay. The lid rips off the top, and how do you want to move it, Thane?
I'm just gonna like as though I walked up to it and flipped it back against the wall. That's exactly how it's coming off.
Okay. Just so you know, you got your effect up.
My effect up?
When you're talking as you're still using your echoey voice.
Oh, so I am. Sorry.
No worries. It's just a little hard to understand. All right. So the lid flips off the crate and nothing happens. However, Tane, you do notice that magic seems to be emanating from this crate, from the opening of this crate.
Who wants to look in?
Oh, he's stepping up.
Not me.
Phelan's stepping up.
Behind him.
Be cautious. There is power in this crate.
Nothing that a hammer can't handle.
There is crate power here.
With crate power comes
Crate responsibility.
That's terrible.
God.
Oh boy.
We should put the lid back on that joke.
Yep.
Oh. And here we go. There go the rails.
Ah.
All right. So you look inside the crate.
Aye.
And in the crate, you see the skeletal remains of some sort of humanoid.
Mm.
And they are clutching a bag.
Tane,
Yes.
come here.
Come
We approach.
here.
I'm still ready for that skeleton to get up.
Okay.
Yeah, so am I.
I get out my my crossbow, my hand crossbow.
What do you make of this bag?
It's not
Do
my
I
bag,
see, Eric?
baby.
You see a bag. It is
It's currently of holding.
approximately 10 inches by 10 inches. It looks like a sack, more of a sack. As you hold it, it has a good weight to it. Jesus, you guys, really? Come on.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's a magical sack.
It's a heavy magical sack.
It's well weighted.
It's well weighted.
Oh,
When
like
you
a Crown
open
Royal
it up
bag.
and find the 2 orbs inside.
Is it a little hairy?
Is it a Crown Royal bag? Is it slightly furry?
Yeah, just a bit. Oh boy. All right. So
There. That's the thing.
it is.
Cast Ray of Frost. Does it shrink?
Do you really want to cast a ray of frost at it?
Come for the
No,
show,
I
Stephen.
really do not.
Okay.
I just
I know.
Absolutely had to.
That's fantastic. All right.
and
so
the Skype chat has frozen.
the Skype chat has frozen. Are you frozen still?
And we're back.
Oh, you're back.
Nope.
See,
Awesome.
that Ray of Frost joke.
All right. So the magic that you were seeing emanate from the lid of the shipping crate seems to be centered around this weighted sack that has been handed to you by Phelan.
It's a magic sack.
I didn't touch it.
Oh, you did not touch it?
He just said, "Look
I
at
said-
that. Look in the
all
thing."
right. My mistake.
I
The
know
magic
how you
seems to
work.
be emanated from what looks to be weighted sack being clutched by the corpse.
We gently grasp the sack.
And pull.
God damn it.
Tug, perhaps.
Of course you do.
Gently.
The sack definitely has some good weight to it. As you lift the sack, there seem to be 2 objects inside of it.
Of course.
This is just going downhill.
Yes.
Really,
Yes, it really
fast.
is.
Okay.
Maybe it's a bad time to call it a coin purse instead.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a little late for that. However, even though it's going to continue the joke, there are definitely 2 objects inside of the sack, and the magic is definitely emanating from it.
It is a magic sack.
Oh boy.
What would you like to do?
I'm so glad this
It goes
isn't happening
against
in our
all
other
of my
game.
instinct here, but we are going to open the sack.
Of course you are. You open the sack, and there are 2 stones, each emanating.
Oh God!
Right? Seriously. There are 2 stones inside. Both are emanating. They
Magical
have
goodness.
magical properties emanating
Oh
from
God!
them. Right? Seriously.
There we go.
There
That's
are
better.
2 stones. One moment.
I was like, I hear me in the background. Weird.
Right.
That was a little strange. We're still getting the bugs out.
Ew. Bugs.
Right. Anyways, yes, there is definitely magic emanating from these stones.
Hey, I reach in and grab a stone.
All right. You do so, and while it emanates with magic, there's no effect. There's no response from the stone of sorts. You just grab.
Do I
hold of it and-
see him doing that?
Yeah.
What are those? Team?
Unknown. And we're just holding it in our hand, turning it over, trying to figure out what the hell this is.
Can you
Yeah.
describe them a little better, other than just stones? Are they colored? Are they shaped?
Are they cut?
You can go ahead and make an investigation
Uncut.
check
Favorite check.
on them.
I'm sorry?
Tane can make an investigation check on them since he's the one that's looking at it.
Sure.
Since
I shall
I'm not going to say
roll to investigate the stones
Right.
from the sack.
Please do.
Okay, so investigate, that'll be a 14?
All right. It looks to be the same stone as the wall to your right. It is somewhat triangular in shape, very polished, very smooth.
that. Ooh, does it fit into the recesses that we saw in the corner?
You have
Let us
not.
find out.
All right. And
I take the sack and I walk back towards where Minari has pointed me.
okay. You guys make your way back to the corner, and
you the keymaster?
as you look at the notches in the wall, the stones, in fact, do look like they would fit directly into the notches.
Well, then we put them in the notches.
When he does that, I go like this.
So, which of the 6 notches that are at your height between your feet and your visible
Sightline?
sightline would you
Yep.
like to put them in?
Are there any identifiable markings at the moment?
I'm gonna start with the bottom and work my way up.
Okay,
That seems logical.
sure. I mean, you can do whatever you'd like to do.
I wonder if there are more of these down here.
You place.
Now, are the stones identical?
Are the stones identical? They appear to be. You rolled a 14, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they appear to be identical.
Okay. Now I have fairly good confidence that they're not. But Payne, on the other hand, does not know this, so he will just grab one that seems like it fits and put it in the bottommost of the notches.
All right, and as you
Seems like it fits.
as you place it in to the notch, there doesn't seem to be any discernible effect or change.
Well, I place the other one in the next notch up.
Okay. As you do, the notch that you have placed that stone into.
Mhm.
How long is? Do you still have detect magic up at this point?
Let me double check on my time here.
Yes.
I believe it's a 10-minute
Yeah, I
spell.
think
I
it's
believe
10
it is
minutes.
10 minutes.
Then I most certainly have it up.
Yeah. So as you place the second stone into the second notch, you notice the magic from the stone dissipates from the stone and goes. It seems to spread into this strange stone structure in the center of the room.
I grab the stone from the bottommost notch,
Okay.
and I start hunting for a notch in which this will happen again.
All right. So are you going to start with which notch?
Which?
I'm going to start with notch number 3 and work my way up.
All right, we'll take what's behind door number 3. Wayne.
Which notch?
As you place that first stone into the third notch, the magic dissipates from the stone and goes into the structure itself. And you guys sort of just hear this kind of a rumbling.
That's unnerving.
And
Where is that coming from?
the only person
Sorry,
who
I
would,
didn't have breakfast.
who would be able to see it at this point would be Tane.
Even though I'm standing there.
You are standing there. Tane, a door swings open.
Oh.
I have no map view, so a description would be handy.
So pretty much dead center.
On the side.
On the side of the hall where you guys came,
Hmm?
there is now a door that has swung open away from the corner of where you're standing. So if you look to your right, you see this
An
door
open door.
open. And you
So
all
the-
hear it as the stone displaces.
The door is ajar.
So the big rock, the big monolith thing, which
Yep.
isn't a monolith probably, that is on my left, and the door that opened is on my right.
So you are basically
Facing the monolith.
facing the large
Rock.
structure, the large rock structure. You are at the corner of it. As best as you have been able to tell so far, it is a rectangular structure. As you look at the corner, if you look to your right, that wall has had a door that has opened up into it.
Fascinating.
Somebody's got the clicky keyboard going.
Yeah,
Says
that's-
the
I
person
sent him-
who
sent
keeps
the- I
obsessively
sent him a
buying
screenshot
clicky
of it.
keyboards.
All right,
And I like clicky keyboards. They're
I
nice.
do too. I've
Why do you
got a
gotta be
bunch
so
of them.
clicky?
Jason's keyboard is the third character or the fifth character in our campaign.
Yes,
It's called Clicky.
yes, clicky, which is
It's like
distant
Clippy.
relative
It
of
just
Clippy.
helps with typing.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Distant relative of Clippy. All right, so there's a door that has appeared
Yes.
and opened outward towards you.
What was that
I'm
weird
going
sound,
to
guys?
I'm going to move around and join Tane because
Did
I
he
don't
say
want him
there's
to
a
get
door?
ambushed by something.
One last question,
He has
Eric.
not yet said that.
No.
Yes, go ahead.
When I place these small stones into the big stone,
Mm-hmm.
are the seams still there?
No. So you put the stones into the wall, into the notches in the wall, and the seams have seem to have smoothed over.
So if I were to reach out and attempt to remove one of these stones, I would no longer be able to.
That is possible.
Likely true.
You could certainly try.
Huh? But
With
a
no
door
seams,
just opened.
I don't really see much of a point to it.
Seeing how we
And-
couldn't
and-
get a
and
door
we
to
have a door.
open last time, this
This is-
looks promising.
This is progress. Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to move around Tane so that I'm over by him so that
Can you move, Brannick?
if something comes out of there.
I can. I'm not moving because he hasn't told me a door opened. So I'm like, what was that weird noise?
Well, I don't want him to be alone, so.
We appear to have a way forward.
Oh.
Oh, what happened?
Follow around as well.
Come and see for yourselves.
Oh, okay. I'll come around the corner.
All right, and you all see a door that has swung out from the previously solid surface
Right.
stone wall.
I'm amazed because I examined every inch of that wall and hadn't seen anything there.
Yeah, there was no seams. There was
That
nothing.
is so weird.
I'm going to move over to the doorway and stand beside the doorway and then take a peek in.
All right, as you look into the doorway,
Zombies
it is
everywhere.
dark, unnaturally dark inside,
So darker than dark vision.
darker
lets me see.
than dark vision lets you see. There
I
is
whisper
something
to everybody,
shielding
I
your
can't see
vision.
anything in there. I whisper to everybody, I can't see anything in there. It's dark. Very,
Alright.
very dark.
I don't have any way to light it up, so there's not a whole lot I can do to help there.
I smack the butt of my staff on the floor and just say, Chun! Light on top of my staff.
All right.
I reach with my staff into the door.
All right. And
I'm
as
standing
you
outside of it, but I'm reaching in.
as you
Past me.
as you extend your staff into the door, you are using the light spell, correct?
Sí, senor.
All right. You push your staff in, and as the light penetrates into the darkness, it disappears.
Darkness.
As this happens, if any of you happen to be looking at Tane, his blue-on-blue glowing eyes at this point go wide as he pulls his staff back out from the door.
Is there some
As you
kind of
retrieve
weird
your
magic thing in
staff
there?
from the door, as you pull it out and the gem that you had illuminated at the top, the illumination comes back as soon as you pull it out of the field of darkness.
Is there like some kind of weird magical effect in there?
Tane, allow me
Yes.
to try something.
Our guest.
Step over a bit.
Our guest, be our guest.
I'll move aside.
Put our service to the test.
Okay, as you step up to the door, it is like approaching a sheet of darkness.
Vertical pool of inky black.
Yes.
He places his hammer next to him, one hand still on it, head onto the ground, and then you see him stare into his hand, and a small ball of flame appears, and he bids it go into the nothing,
Okay. So you summon,
expecting something to happen.
you summon a small ball of flame and cast it into the darkness. And as it penetrates the line where the field of darkness starts, you see it dissipate as if a stone submerging into water. The flame dissipates as it breaks the plane of the water.
There's some weird thing going on there.
No good can come from this.
It's like it eats magic.
Now,
But it didn't eat it because it came back.
Well,
Came back.
but it stopped it.
Yeah.
Eric, am I getting anything from the interior?
There is
I've still got a few minutes left on.
there is
magic,
a
so.
strong aura of a strange magic you have never seen. Neither of you.
What do we do, guys?
I have an idea. Out of Phelan's explorer's pack, he pulls rope. It means to tie it around himself.
I'll hold it on this end.
I'm willing to walk in to see what's going on.
Or to try to see. It's pretty dark in there. Okay.
It's worth a try.
Do you not want a second?
A second to join me.
If there are hostile beings on the other side, two stand a better chance than one.
Agreed.
I would probably be the best choice to go with him then.
I don't like that idea.
Decide amongst yourselves.
Minari, we did shower before this whole ordeal.
No, Granick starts to tie himself next in the rope line.
I don't like this idea at all.
Well, what choice do we have?
So we stay out here, and if something goes wrong, we have to try to pull you out.
Or
If you feel a pull,
Okay, I get an
tug 3
idea.
times,
Yeah.
if
Two
I tug 3
tugs.
times.
2 tugs means come in. 3 tugs means get me out.
okay,
Okay, good.
that's for you to remember,
Right.
my elvish friend.
Okay, there isn't anything that I can secure the rope to on this side, is there?
The idea is that you are the security of the rope.
There is.
Have you seen me? I'm not that big of a.
Neither of us are particularly swarthy.
There is.
To be honest, neither am I. So
I am not particularly heavy either.
Minari, you see a number of broken crates, and you see the mechanism for the lifting device, which you think is
Could I
probably the
try
most
to
stable.
tie off to that,
Sure.
so that there's a little bit more substance?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Oh boy. Nope. What am I adding?
Let's say sleight of hand
10.
for this. All right. So you pull the knot tight, and you feel pretty good about the knot. You had a couple moments where you didn't quite remember how to tie that square knot, but you feel pretty solid on it.
Okay, I tie it and then I go belay.
Belay on.
Belay on.
All right.
all right, on 3, Phelan.
1, 2, 3.
Both jump in.
All right. You both hop into the darkness. Minar, you watch as your brother just completely disappears.
I'm standing, kind of trying to make sure the door stays open.
And Tane, you notice with Detect Magic that there was a faint magical aura about Phelan. As he steps through that wall of darkness, that magical aura dissipates, and you no longer longer see it.
Yeah. There's a field of magical nope.
Meanwhile,
In the Hall of Justice.
Minari, it's only been a few seconds, but it feels like already it's been hours. You hear
Oh no.
coming from around the corner.
What is that? Oh god.
Tane, you also hear
Tane, I think that
Something.
that thing in the crate is making some noises. I don't know what to do. Do we try to tug on the rope and get them to come back out, or what do we do?
We hear them too. If it is the same that we dealt with before, we cannot stand here. We are stronger together.
So what do we do?
We go in.
I don't like this at all. Okay.
We may live together or we will die
Okay, okay.
Keep the door.
Okay, I
you see a zombie sort of start to shamble around the corner.
I jump into the darkness.
You jump into the darkness. And for a moment, we'll leave you there. Tane, what are you going to do?
Leave a description of what's next to me and what the distance is to target.
All right, so you have a shambling, undead-looking creature. It is approximately 10 feet away from you. And it is slowly shambling towards you. There is a taut rope that extends into the sheet of darkness through this doorway that your companions have tied themselves off to. You notice the rope is taut.
Twig, like a twig.
Very good then. Grabbing onto the rope with one hand, ray of frost with the other, and as soon as I'm done casting, I'm going through the door.
All right, go ahead and cast your Ray of Frost. And
Ray.
Okay, so range spell attack. Ooh, okay. That'll be a 24.
Ooh.
yeah, I think a 24 is gonna hit.
Just hits.
Just gonna hit it.
Just a wee bit.
Just a bit.
Okay.
Just a bit.
And that'll be 1d8 cold damage, and the target speed will be reduced by 15 feet until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Never mind. Oh, yeah, 15. Because the normal thing on Ray of Frost is 10, but my Sorcerer's Power extends it to 15, so huzzah.
So
And it
15
takes 6 damage.
6 damage?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't trying to kill it. I was just trying to slow it down so I could
Yep.
jump through the door and with my free hand grab the door so it can't follow.
All right.
Oh
So
god.
you got to walk me through this one because you have staff in one hand.
Hmm?
You're going to Ray of Frost with your staff hand? Are you using your staff as your
I've
focus?
already got my hand on the rope, so I can't close the door.
Right.
All right, I can't close the door because I don't have enough hands.
It's probably not going to close anyway because of the rope.
Ah, good point.
So
All
I
right,
wouldn't worry about
so
it.
I just use my hand on the rope to pull myself through.
Okay. You pull yourself into this sheet of darkness. Back
sheet.
to Phelan and to Brannick. As you emerge into the darkness, you feel almost a weightlessness about you. As you come into this pool, this almost extra dimensional space.
Bran in space.
You look around you. In the room, as your foot lands, you hear the crunch of something under your feet.
Look at the bones.
Bones.
The boons! You appear here.
Still absolute darkness.
No. There's
Zero.
a dim light to the space.
I was going to say. Is there a source for that light?
No. It seems to emanate from the walls, if anything.
What
What are
is
we on?
crunching from under our feet?
As you look down, you make out there are bones, humanoid in shape and size,
Okay.
scattered throughout this chamber. In the center, you see a polished black crate of some sort.
Made of?
You would have to get closer and investigate it to find out. from this
I'm
distance.
I'm going to get closer.
All right. You step forward to the center of the room. There is a black crate. It looks to be about 6 feet tall, about 3 feet wide, and about 3 feet deep.
It's the size of the other crates with the dead people, but
laid down
however,
in
it
a
is
rectangular sort of way, or is it
6 feet
tall?
tall.
Okay.
like like Egyptian.
Yeah.
It is not perfectly squared. There are angles to it, and it appears to be built of the same stone as the outer walls.
With my stone cutting ability, am I able to determine that it is 100% without a doubt the stone from the outside?
Tell me how you're going to take a look at that.
So it's a history check.
Okay.
It just adds double by proficiency. So that's the mechanic, at least.
So go ahead and make that check for me.
Ugh. 8.
8. You reach out to touch it. And as you lay your hand on it, the stone is warm.
Huh.
I'd say I told you so, but I'm not there.
And similar to that pulse that you've felt and that you've heard in the past, you feel a wave of dark energy penetrate your hand and make its way up your arm. And you wince back in pain. You take
What is it?
You take 1 point of damage,
Yeah.
and your maximum hit points are reduced by 1.
Okay.
Phelan, what is it?
Whatever you do, don't touch the stone in the middle.
Is that what is sucking the life out of all of us?
My guess is yes, 'cause I feel weaker.
Can we destroy it?
I don't know. Let's try. And I just...
As you're ready to swing, you hear... And Minari is to your right, as is Tane.
What are you doing in here?
That thing that was in the box out there came to life and started coming at us. So Tane suggested we just jump through also. But
Well,
I tied the rope off
If it's coming after you, we better move away from where we came in here, and don't touch that thing
Why?
because apparently that's what's sucking the life out of people.
Oh, yeah. I felt that.
Minari, you feel a blessing, and take a +1 cat.
Brannick tries to get everybody away from where we teleported into, so that when whatever it is that's coming in behind us shows up, they're not standing right there for it to attack.
All right. As you turn around to sort of push people away and to direct them, you look behind you, and there is no evidence of any sort of doorway or entrance behind you.
But we all teleported in at the same spot, so I'm
Okay.
assuming
Yep.
that
What of the
anything
rope?
else will teleport the same place.
What
I don't
of the
have a
rope?
good sense for the passage of time right now.
Yep.
So you tell me if my detect magic is still up.
As you try to hone in and look around the room to discern if there's any magical elements to the things that you're looking at, you immediately notice that you no longer have that ability. That the ability to detect magic has either run its course and the spell has completed, or has been dispelled.
I
You're
don't
not
know
sure.
which.
You're not sure which.
I'm kind of move over here.
Okay. And for the sake of our purposes for this evening,
Porpoises.
our porpoises,
You've got dolphins?
I have dolphins.
That's for the halibut.
That's not a porpoise. That's just fishy.
Hey.
So this thing is just the center of all of our problems? That's lovely.
What of the rope that we are attached to?
It is still attached to you, and Bran is sort of like getting pulled towards you a little bit because you don't have a ton of slack between the two of you.
Right.
I'm
Enough.
gonna tie myself.
All right. So Brannick unties himself, but
Alright.
the rope feels it's got a little bit of slack to it,
Okay.
especially after Bran unties himself.
Yeah. I will leave it for now.
Tied.
It seems like a good idea. I don't know how we're going to get out of this.
The object in the middle, is it on a pedestal of some kind? Is it on any kind of anything, or is it seem to be emanating
Resting on
from
the
the ground?
As you investigate it further, go ahead. Anybody who wants to inspect it a little bit more, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'm going to stay by where
12.
we all appeared in here, ready to attack anything that appears.
Boom! Natural 20.
Okay. Tane, are you investigating?
Yes, and Tane has rolled a 23.
22.
22, 23?
But natural 20.
As you look at this mystical structure, it's actually hovering about 8 inches to a foot off of the floor.
It's got magical horseshoes.
It's just above the covers.
8 inches.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about 8 inches. That's it.
Like The Exorcist. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's see where you're going there.
Yeah.
We're using imperial inches, metric inches, or night at the club inches. 'Cause Night at the club inches are really small.
Yeah, it's definitely night at the club inches. It's levitating or hovering off of the ground.
Is it moving at all, or it's just stationary and hovering?
There seems to be a minute sway to it. You had a 22 on your investigation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so it's definitely independent.
Like if you had
Of-
two magnets that were hovering over each other?
Yeah, a very similar effect to
Okay.
for real world if you were watching magnets hover over each other. There's a little bit of
Superconductor.
an ebb and sway. to the,
If I kneel down on the ground and look under it, do I see anything? Can I see through to Phelan?
you can see through. Yeah. Straight through.
This is really weird.
What sort of witchcraft is this?
The one we were sent here to deal with, we think.
Then let us deal with it.
What if
Raises
I-
this hammer?
What if I take out one of my bolts and just go underneath it like that?
You want to swing
I'm
and
going
you want
to
to
make a swing.
investigate
Yeah,
further?
I want to take one of my bolts and like reach in that gap underneath and just sort of like wiggle
All
it
right.
under.
Anybody else wanting to take an action in this very moment?
No. But as I see Phelan swinging, I am grabbing. Oh, Eric, can I feel a ley line nearby?
You take a moment to try to attune to the ley lines, and they are noticeably absent in this very moment.
Oh, okay. I light up and sputter out.
Jason.
Yep. You heard me.
I didn't say a word. All I did was laugh.
I know. We didn't have to say anything.
Nope.
That's the beauty of it all.
Me and the snark.
Anybody else looking to do an action in this very moment?
No, I'm focusing on where we teleported in.
Okay. So Minari, as you go to reach underneath and push a bolt underneath,
Yeah, like
the
I don't want to get
field.
my hand underneath. I just want to take the bolt.
Yep, you want to take the
and-
bolt and sort of swipe it through. Phelan, I need you to roll to hit.
11.
An 11. As you go, your swing is true and you're ready and you're kind of angry at this thing for some reason. You don't know why. As you swing, it's almost like a field catches your hammer before it makes impact. And it repels back from the structure. Minari, as you go to pass your bolt underneath, you hear a crackle of energy. And you and the bolt are pushed back.
Whoa. Okay, that's a no go. What is this thing?
It's a good question.
It seems to be the source of all of our problems.
There's got to be some way to destroy it.
Tane, have you seen anything like this before?
I am ignoring him. I am standing on top of the pile of bone, desperately trying to reach out and find some minor font of magic to draw upon as I repeatedly my glow flickers like I'm a really bad light bulb.
Like an old incandescent light bulb ready to go out.
Tane,
Ready to blow.
are you okay? Tane?
We are cut off.
What do you mean?
There is no magic here.
Well, that thing seems magic.
Maybe it's sucking all the magic out of the room.
Brian, as you investigate, sort of as you're continually monitoring where you guys came through, you notice that the rope just sort of like fades out. Like it's there, and then it just fades away. You see it fairly clear, and you've never seen something quite like this. It's almost like its existence dissolves away as it gets closer and closer to the wall.
I feel like we were supposed to. We were kind of investigating stuff, and I feel like we've come to the place that we have investigated the thing. Is this where we make our strategic exit, or do we try to figure out what this thing is?
There must be some way to penetrate it. So
Oh,
I go on
you
to
mean like the door upstairs?
I go around to the other side
Uh-huh.
and strike at it again.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That is a 22.
What did you roll on the dice?
17.
Same effect.
Okay.
As you're just about to make impact with the structure, you get a little bit closer this time, and the hammer just bounces back.
He yells, "Ah!
No.
Why? Why won't this hammer go through it?"
Is it repelling us? I mean, it pushed me back.
He takes a deep breath and
Tane, you hear Minari's words about we were supposed to investigate something. Maybe this is the thing we were supposed to investigate. And in your current state, that sounds pretty good to you. Maybe it's time to withdraw, report what you found, and get out of this strange, forsaken place where you stand now.
We have reached an impasse. There is no value in remaining here and continuing to knock our heads against an unseen wall. Let's tell Durst be rid of this place.
I'm 100% behind that.
If we can't destroy it, then maybe we can send the guard after it.
I don't care who they send after it, but I don't want it to be me.
fine.
I'm really, really beat up, and this is
I'm
a little
gonna
scary.
Take a hold of close to where the rope ends, and kind of like see if I can reach through the wall where that rope came through.
As you touch where the rope sort of dissipates, you watch as your hand sort of dissipates as well.
I'm going to go through.
I yell, "Be careful, there's a thing out there."
That's
And
why I'm going
Brannick-
first.
Brannick disappears.
He says, that's why I'm going.
I kind of panic and I dive through.
All right.
We
Minari
follow.
dives through second.
I guess
Because
it's...
I'm all upset that he dove through.
I wasn't about to let somebody else go first.
I really feel like I was getting somewhere with this thing. And then he goes and...
All right. Tane, you are also...
Yeah, we follow.
all right.
And I am ready to be in a fight as soon as I pass
Yeah,
through.
I'd take my, I have my crossbow out.
As you reappear through, you look behind. The door is closed. The wall is solid. The remains of a shambling zombie are on the ground, and Captain Dursk stands in front of you.
What?
Is my shield back up again? As I passed back through? Or was it countered?
Your shield is gone.
I'm so confused right now, like looking at the dead thing and then seeing him and looking at the door being not there.
Durst!
What is going on?
You're here.
Yeah.
Where did you think we would be?
You're alive.
Were you expecting
Yes,
something different?
You're here and you're alive. Why are you here?
Did you intend us to be dead?
The entire block. Yes. Yes, Tane, there is. The entire block is gone. Every living creature is dead.
Well, there's something in there that's causing it.
Where did you come from?
There was a door here.
Yeah, we were investigating here because there's just this weird energy
Is the
thing
rope
and all of
still
these.
going through the wall?
No, the rope came through with
Because
Phelan.
it's tied to me.
There were all these weird undead things here, and we went through a door that opened in this wall and into this really weird space that had this hovering. This sounds really weird. This hovering
wait.
stone thing, and it's all very creepy. What
Captain,
what are you doing?
my companions and I have been through a very trying night. We
Durst
would be
looks-
happy to brief you on everything we have seen, but we need rest, and we must leave this accursed place.
Dursk looks you all over. He looks at Brannick and sees his bloody, disheveled state. He looks at the whole party and says, yes, considering the events of this evening, I think that would be best.
And not in jail this time?
Well, you wanted us to come and investigate, and that we did, and we have information for you, so I feel like we've done as you asked.
Yes. You're obviously, with everything going on, your names will be cleared, and yes, we will take care of your
And
your
perhaps,
wounds and your
perhaps our money is returned.
Of course, we're holding it for you, and I'm sorry again to have to set you up that way, but it was the only way to get you contact.
Not thinking that was the only way.
It was the only way we could get her to speak.
Brandon will be okay.
Anyways, let's get you
Let's
guys
get out
somewhere
of here.
safe. Let's get out of here. And he,
You need to send some mages or something to investigate that thing, though.
Some major mages.
indeed,
Major mages.
Ding!
Well, we'll get your briefing as soon as you're prepared to tell us all the details. He walks his way back over to the stairs.
Oh shit! I hope he's not trying to go through that door. Well, I mean, he got in, so.
It's going to be some way out.
He walks his way over to the stairs, walks up to the first floor. Do you guys all follow him?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You make your way to the first floor. He takes a right as he comes out, and you see there are 6 members of the Undercity Guard posted at the back warehouse door
Where
that
we
you
were-
were
we had
posted
been-
previously.
Okay.
Some of the crates are still there. Some of the body parts are still on the ground. You make your way out through the rear loading entrance for the warehouse. And as you look out over the lower city in the back alleyway behind this warehouse, it
Looks
is
like a nuke
unnaturally dark. There are bodies in the streets.
I kind of grab onto Bran a little bit.
The waves of energy, Bran takes her under his arm and like holds her close.
He says, it's for a good block's radius. This is the state of our
Is it
home.
an exact radius around centered here? Whatever that thing is in the basement is the cause of all of this.
He was sending out
Captain, when
waves.
did this happen?
It's been maybe an hour. We started receiving notifications from people who witnessed people just collapse in death, who were wrenched with pain, nearly dying, and made their way to others to notify us.
There's
I-
dark magic afoot.
I'm a little concerned about this because when we were in there, there were a lot of dead bodies that reanimated.
He just kind of looks at you, puzzled.
Like there were these undead things. Like they were bringing in these like crates and they had bodies in them, and then
Necromancy in this place?
Oh, yes.
my I'd be afraid that this is like a whole necromancy buffet out here. Like it's
This-
all of the thing. I mean, is there some place that the bodies can be moved to, and maybe some clerics or something that can,
This cannot.
or priests that can maybe help?
This cannot be. Not here.
It is, Captain. We are sad to say, but it is.
I will need a full briefing from you immediately.
We'll have it.
Can we get outside of
This
this radius?
seems-
This is really disturbing.
This cannot wait. And he
Yeah, we need-
he leads you all back out of the warehouse and starts heading back to the city guard. You notice he whispers some orders to the men at the door, and you see additional men piling into the warehouse as you leave. You make your way back to the city guard's quarters, where you first took your first mission from Durst. You brief him on the events of the evening.
Can I insight him to see if he genuinely seems surprised?
Sure, go ahead
Or
and roll
if
insight.
he maybe, I don't know, if he lets on like he knew what was happening or going to happen?
Sure, roll an insight check.
Nope, 5.
5.
Nope.
He is genuinely concerned about the people that he is sworn to protect, the state of affairs of this particular area, and how it seems like all living creatures in this vicinity have spontaneously and suddenly met their demise.
Yikes.
Hi, demise.
Nice
Hey.
to meet you.
But he seems genuine, as best as you can tell.
Okay.
So we tell him everything.
All right.
Even the questionably creepy dude with the undead people.
Yeah, when you get to that particular detail, he sort of stops in his tracks, and you guys at this point have made your way pretty much outside of, for lack of better terminology,
crater.
the blast zone. And he sort of stops and sort of questions. You mean to tell me that this person reached out and touched these undead creatures and they all disappeared at
Yeah.
the same time?
It was really weird because at first we thought that maybe they were attacking him, and so we
Seem to be holding them off somehow.
yeah, but then he disappeared with 2 of them, and it occurs to me that they weren't attacking him.
Intriguing. Did you get a look at his face?
I try to describe him as best I can, since I think I got one of the best looks at him, but it wasn't that great of a look.
Yeah,
so.
go ahead and roll a history check.
Oh well, that's a +0. So let's see, 7.
A 7. You describe him as best as you can recall, and Dursk is, that could be.
He was in the
anyone.
middle of a fight.
I understand. It's not your fault. It could be anyone. It's. If I were to show
It
you,
couldn't be a fat. It couldn't be a fat dude.
of course,
Do you have an artist rendition of him?
we do have some
If I saw him
sketches.
again, I might recognize him.
We have some sketches back at headquarters, maybe of some sort of known persons of interest. Maybe we could go through them, and if any of them look familiar to you, you could
Yes.
let us know.
Somehow I doubt he's probably one of your known persons of interest.
Well,
Next time on CSI Karthun.
yes.
Don't.
You guys successfully make it back
Bum, bum, bum,
to the
bum,
City Watchguard
Dun.
post. You make your way back. Durst offers you some food, some nourishment,
That sounds great.
and to a set
need
of
to-
clean clothing.
I need to rest up a little bit. I am not doing well.
I also would enjoy a good rest and a fine ale.
You are all worse for wear. The best I can offer is uniforms of the city guard if you wish to change out of your clothing.
That'll do.
Just something to clean my armor with, if you have it.
I don't want to dress up like this.
Certainly, I can. We have.
Gross,
I'm
man.
sure some polish rags that we could certainly give to you to use.
Thought this would be a routine mission, but we found we were wrong.
Yes.
Oi.
Yeah. So
Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Nope, not sorry.
You make your way. You give him some more details of the night. I need everyone to go ahead and just roll a quick history check as you're recounting the evening.
Oh, that's much better. A 19 that time.
19.
I'll take that.
6.
6.
An unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
An
Not
unnatural
natural,
5.
unnatural.
All right. A natural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural. All right. Dwayne, you detail in you give very very vivid detail. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Of
You're welcome.
Do my best bard impersonation.
yes, it's almost as if it's gone to song.
I'd sing about it, but I don't remember it.
But
so.
I have this weird echo thing I do. You describe in great detail
Great.
the experience of being within that structure, the lack of any sense of magic in the area, and it pains you.
We're slightly obsessed about that part, so
Yeah.
we definitely go over that part in detail.
You go in great details, and it's almost painful to think about it. But Dursk is taking very, very detailed notes. Phelan, you had a 6.
Yes.
There was something unnatural about the stone of that structure. That's all you can. You just keep hounding on how that stone is not. You've
Not
never seen
natural.
anything like that. There's something very unnatural about it. He takes very detailed notes. Your recollection of it, though, is more of a just a rambling, just very unclear. Brannick, you detail the experience of fighting these undead creatures, and
how difficult they were to kill.
and how difficult they were to kill, and how one nearly took your life. And Dursk seems genuinely concerned, not only about the fact that there are undead within his grounds of responsibility, but that your life was almost lost in this pursuit of knowledge and this investigation. And he offers condolences, and he says to you, I'm very sorry that I had to do something so underhanded to get you in contact.
I want to try an insight check on that.
Absolutely.
4.
He genuinely cares.
So twisting.
He really, you get the sense that he is obviously distracted by the events of the evening, but that he genuinely feels guilty that he has put people in harm's way, and he's genuinely concerned about you.
Yeah.
Minari,
Little bit of that anger is dissipating from his reaction.
Minari, you go into great detail about the wall and the notches in the wall and how the door opened when Tane placed the stones in the correct place. And he's feverishly writing notes down in his book. And he says, you found these stones in a shipping crate with a body. This is where you found them.
Mm-hmm.
Where were they when we left?
They were in the wall. We found those stones, and then Tane took them and he put them in that big stone wall, and that's when the door opened.
Now this door, you said it was midway. It was
Yeah, it was half.
in that solid wall.
Yeah, which is really weird because when we first got there, I walked along that whole wall, and there was nothing there. Like, I looked really carefully, and there was nothing there. But then when he put those little stones in the wall, that door suddenly opened.
Strange. He writes some more notes feverishly in his journal. He says,
I also go on about how upset I was about watching Bran drop.
As you go into detail about watching Bran drop, you see Dursk. A genuine look of concern comes over his face, and he reaches out and he touches you on the shoulder, and he says, I am so sorry to have put you and your brother and your companions in harm's way. And
I'm a little uncomfortable that his hand is on me.
I have made a very, very serious misjudgment on what this situation was. And I am so sorry that for any harm that has come to you or your friends. And I hope that I can make it up to you all.
And then does he take his hand off me?
He takes his hand down and he sort of looks around the room and surveys things and says, "You'll need some food. You'll need some rest. Thank you so much for this information. I think it will help us."
Good.
What do you guys want to do?
Rest.
At what point?
Rest.
At what point do we get our additional things back?
Stuff back? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We had
And our
some
payment.
money on us
Yes.
that went missing, and then also our payment for this mission.
Yeah. Let me go to the treasury, and we will get that taken care of right now.
Very good.
I'll write you a check.
I owe you.
Dursk withdraws from the room, and as he walks out, a kind of oafish-looking gentleman walks in. He says, I've got food for some adventurers.
That's us.
Right.
Yes, set that down over there. I point back at where I'm expecting a table to be.
Yeah.
If it were fate, you could declare one.
Yes. You are sitting against the wall. There are chairs, 4 chairs up against the wall. And then there is a table that is between. So it's 2 chairs, a table, and then the 2 chairs directly next to it. I'm sorry, I don't have a map for this.
No worries.
I
We made it here quicker than I expected.
mildly don't
worlds.
trust anyone, and so I'm a little suspicious of the food.
Okay.
I don't.
Bran's too tired to be suspicious of the food and
Yep.
is going to start eating.
Same with Phelan.
I'm just straight up famished. I'm going to eat.
Yep. You guys dig in. It's delicious. I mean, it's not the highest quality meal.
But
Speci-
it's a we survived near death meal.
Yeah, but it's delicious. It is the most delicious mutton and bread
Button.
that you've ever had.
2 chickens.
If everybody seems okay, I will go and have some.
They seem unaffected,
Great, except for by enjoying the deliciousness.
except that they're enjoying the deliciousness.
Mutton and slightly crusty bread.
Anything to wash it down?
Water.
There is a pitcher of water that was also brought up.
I'm so sad.
I take it. I take the pitcher of water and just start.
There were
Trying
also
it.
tubs.
Yeah, doesn't see them. Just
All right, so Phelan just starts
Before
chugging
you
the
finish
water.
that, can I get some too, please?
Yeah.
Oh, look, and I take one of the cups and I pour a little in the cup. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe in this cup too.
Yay.
All right, so you all get cups of water.
Except Phelan.
Yeah.
He
except-
gets
No, I got one.
He has a
Who
really
continues
big
to drink
cup
out
of
the
water.
pitcher.
Of course he does. You finish off your water. Durst comes back out and says, "So something strange has happened. We set
Something
aside
else strange, you mean?
something else strange. Yeah, I mean,
There are stranger things.
Oh, something
There are.
strange, like he doesn't have our money anymore.
just like that actually. We put aside your funds in the treasury specifically for when you return, and that particular safe is empty. I have scrapped together what I can from my discretionary fund and from my own personal funds, and it's all I have to give, and I'm so very sorry about this.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll.
May I as well?
Anybody who wants to roll insight
Yeah,
is
to
welcome
be honest, yeah.
17,
17,
sir.
4.
18.
18. What'd you get? 4. Okay. And Jen?
Natural 20.
Natural 20? He is genuinely embarrassed, and
Maybe somebody took the money because they thought we'd be dead.
he, with Minari, you know this. He is genuine and true, and he is trying. You get the sense he is working his way through every person who could possibly have known.
Yeah, you should definitely
About
check
that?
check your people because somebody's not very trustworthy.
I will, and I know I have a problem. I'm really sorry. And he hands you 63 gold.
Oh.
Durska's got a serious situation.
This is all I have. I
Which is less than we all had collectively.
It is almost less than what each of us had. 63.
he hands you a total of 63 gold. He's like,
So basically, we worked for you for nothing.
I am.
For a reduction
Yeah,
in
we
the amount of money
paid
we had.
to go almost get killed for you. Is what it amounts to. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And
Okay.
he sort of, you see, it looks like somebody has literally kicked the wind out of him. He's like, yeah, I guess that's exactly what has happened, and I'm sorry. I have nothing else
Stands
to
to
do.
reason that if the captain could compensate us properly, he would.
That doesn't make
Well,
it a
what-
good thing.
What do you plan to do about
Some of us
that-
have to live on the gold that we earn through doing this.
Bran.
And raging against bad things we cannot change does nothing.
What do you plan to do about that whole situation and that weird object that we found? What's your next step?
I have a call in to the Council of Mages, and I'm hoping that they might be able to shed some insight into what this thing is. Beyond that, I don't know. I'm out of my league. I just hope the Council doesn't know this. I just wanted to do good.
Well, at least
He
we
sort of
know.
defeatedly walks away.
At least we know something is definitely going on.
He's kind of withdraws from the room, and as he walks away, he looks. You get the sense of a broken man. You get the sense that
He should have that sense.
he genuinely
Bran, you're so sensitive.
wants to help, and that
He's broke. And
he's
One of the worst things you can do to a mercenary is go back on your
Word.
to pay him.
that's right.
So Bran is.
But
very,
he got. I mean,
very-
he got robbed.
Yep. Well, Phelan feels like
and
he
he
was also
robbed us, and then got robbed,
Right. Exactly.
which he didn't need to do.
Well,
As you
what do
guys
we-
are having
what do
this
we do?
conversation, you look up and you see Dursk having re-entered the room and just is staring at you. And he looks at his feet. Yeah, I can't ask you that. I can't ask you that. I'm sorry.
Ask what?
And he sort of. I've already failed you. I have nothing more to offer. I've given you all the gold that I can find. I fear
And
that
if you ask, you may get a yes. However slim a chance it may be.
Well, you'll never
But if you-
know unless you ask.
If you don't ask, the answer is no.
The answer's probably no.
I elbow Bran.
I fear that
Stop it.
this black device that you have described is
Why's it got to be black? No.
right when I'm in the middle of my serious
that was
scene.
brilliant.
Thank you.
Why so
He
serious?
says, I fear that this is out of our leagues. But there is a problem that I think we might be able to handle together.
The problem of who stole your money?
The problem of the insider threat within the lower city guard. Can I count on your help? I promise you that I will not make you do anything that is outside of your code, Brannick. I apologize again for putting you in such a difficult space.
It's dangerous for us to even remain in this city after having potentially angered the dead witch by tricking her.
I don't think she'll be a problem.
Why do you say that?
Was her place leveled?
Was. And though we have not found her remains yet, there were no survivors.
Undead dead witch.
The undead dead witch?
There were no,
Actually dead witch who was formerly alive.
there
That is formerly known as the Dead,
The Dead
Witch.
Witch.
Yeah.
there were no survivors.
I'm like, oh, I hope that nice elven lady that we had talked to got out okay.
I personally don't think that this is the right city for us to continue to do any work in. That's how I feel, but
But that stone. What is it?
Scary.
that's a question for the clerics,
Or the mages.
not for a simple fighter.
Cleric!
Does Dursk respond?
I could use hands that I can trust as I go through the people that could be responsible for this inside threat.
The
And-
problem you have right now, Dursk, is that you have good reason to trust us. We have very little reason to trust you.
I'm aware.
What they said.
I'm aware. And I don't have the money at my disposal that I once was able to award, especially after what has happened this evening. Those funds will be transferred into repairing the city
And helping
and
many
helping
of
the
the families.
families. But nonetheless, I have a problem. And there's nobody.
It seems you do.
There's nobody I trust more than you. And I know I have no reason to expect your trust.
Dursk, what is the good in finding out who
I give
your
Bran puppy dog
mole
eyes.
is?
If we can find out who the mole is,
More,
find
bloody
out-
more.
number one, who they work for, and number two, why they're infiltrating my ranks. why they are preventing us from completing the investigations we have in front of us. I think this is much bigger than the Night Kings. I think they may even only be pawns. But I don't know who pulls the strings. And I need people I can trust to help me find out who is behind all of
Ersk,
this.
we will not speak for our compatriots, but there is good in this. We will help you, but you will pay us as though we are members of the city guard for each day that we help you. We'll be equipped from your armory with your resources, and you will pay us as though we are in your employ. Assume that the guard can at least afford that.
Well, let's just say that we have some openings after tonight. I think we can make this arrangement.
Suspected you would. What say you, friends?
I'd
like to do whatever I can to help the families. I feel really bad.
I appreciate that, young lady.
I give Bran little puppy dog eyes. Like,
I appreciate
Brandon
that.
turns away from Dursk and just doesn't say anything at all.
Dursk looks at Minari and says, I appreciate that, young lady. There are many children who are coming home to empty homes this evening.
I look at Bran again. Elbow.
Brand's not looking at anybody. He's kind of looking at the table.
Bran.
We start tomorrow. We get to the root of this, and hopefully we get some information from the Council of Mages about what this thing is.
Food and lodging as well.
I will see what I can do. Obviously, with the state of the city right now, that may be tough to come by.
Well, you've at least got lodging.
Got the barracks.
You are more than welcome to stay here. And if we need the barracks to house those who have been displaced, you have my home.
It'll do for now.
I take the 63 gold that he gave and divide it up.
Unevenly?
Well, I give each of them 16 and I take 15.
Okay. So you each take 16 gold. Minari, you have 15.
Eric, I don't have a good feel for the value of a gold piece of this particular world. Like,
It's
what would
Four
a
again.
guard's what would a guard's family take home?
yeah. So you would expect a guard's pay is probably a veteran guard, maybe 1 gold piece a day.
Okay, so that's their per diem?
Yeah.
Damn. No, I'm not damning for myself. I had other ideas.
Phelan is sitting there looking at the 16 gold pieces and is cursing very quietly to himself.
How long have we been gone?
It's been just under 24 hours
Since we left here.
since.
We did spend a night at the Dead Witch.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been about 24 hours since you rested.
What and
Okay.
what time
So
is
we
it
definitely
now?
need
Like,
to
what was
rest
it?
now.
Was it light out on our way over, or was it dark out?
Coming back to the barracks, it was dusk. It was no, excuse me. Apologies. You are now in the morning, so it's dawn
So we were
because you had been working the night shift.
On the night shift.
So it is.
We need our rest then.
Yeah.
I definitely do because I'm feeling really.
I want to go find a bunk somewhere in the barracks.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It's time to get some
That
rest.
seems like a
What's
good.
the captain do?
We
What's
might
he doing?
think clearly, more clearly tomorrow.
The captain escorts you guys to the barracks area, to the bunks, and says, "I don't know who I can trust. I need to rest myself. It has been a long, long evening, and one that I will not soon forget."
That makes 5 of us.
Do you not feel safe going anywhere?
I think we are better here in numbers.
I think that's a good idea. We
Then-
could take turns, like, keeping an eye out.
My only concern is for my family.
Captain, a moment of your time, please.
Of course. He sort of...
We kind of motioned so that we could speak away from the others.
Sure. He walks over with you.
Sure.
Yes.
The guard I laid low during our staged battle.
Yes.
What is his condition?
He did not recover. He is with the mother now.
He have family.
He had a fiance. He was to be married.
Was she within the blast zone?
He stops and a horrified look comes over his face. Yes, they're home.
You have means of reaching the boy's next of kin. His parents, anyone.
His father died when he was young. His mother has made it. For an elderly person, she's doing well. I could contact her for you.
See that this makes it to her with our compliments. I dropped 5 of my gold pieces into the captain's hand.
I don't know. He looks just kind of confused as you hand him the gold, and I will have it delivered to her. And
Captain,
yes,
sins must be atoned for. We walk away.
he looks to say something and falls short as you leave.
Way to lay on the guilt trip without intending to.
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like he intended to.
That was not a mistake.
Yeah, we know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. All right. So you all sort of turn into the bunks for the night. Captain Dursk is in the. Captain Fred Dursk is in the room with you.
I have been trying.
I know.
Trying to
I
not
know.
make
Same.
like biscuit jokes.
Yeah.
Same.
It's all for the nookie.
You did it all for Nookie. You all turn in, and you get a good day's rest. You sleep well. I need Minari to roll a Constitution check, however.
Oh,
4.
yeah. Speaking of which, those of us who like temporarily lost max hit points.
I feel
what's
like
going on
that's
with
what
that?
I was rolling for. But
We're going to get to
no.
that in one moment.
Uh,
A 4. You awake
early.
hours into your sleep, haunted by the visions of Tane glowing as the magic flows through him.
Let it flow.
You see dark, mysterious things in those dreams as they awaken you. It takes a bit of time, but you make your way back to sleep. As you all awake, it is about supper time. hunger comes about you. You awaken with full hit points, your spells restored,
Excellent.
and you find yourself
Full as
now
in full?
Yeah.
Full as in
full.
full. Full as in full,
Okay.
except for Minari, who is still at -1.
Yeah. Sorry for gain. So,
Maximum. -1 maximum.
yeah. So I still
Um,
regained. I was at -3.
Yes. As you awaken, you have a confidence and a strength, knowing what the previous evening brought forth and that you have survived. Knowing that, well, every living creature in the vicinity of that warehouse died.
None of them have truly lived.
You have survived. And you find yourselves now at level 3.
Ooh! Hey!
That is where we are
Pull
going
a
to...
Braveheart.
Huh? Yeah.
Did she just pull a Braveheart?
No.
That is where we're going to call our game for this evening. For those of you who tuned in and are still tuned in, all one of you, thank you for joining us. For those who dropped out, we're sorry if the quality was bad, both in the
Oh, no,
technology
not
and
true.
otherwise this evening.
Hey.
We're still learning this.
That's
setting
you
as
out there,
well.
DJ. Thanks for tuning in.
We do thank you all for tuning in, whether in the live stream or in the rebroadcasts later on. And check out the Karthun setting. It's a pretty cool place. We're enjoying it. On behalf of everybody on the stream.
The books are shipping for the Kickstarter now, and hopefully will be on sale from Evil Hat Games soon.
At your friendly local game store.
At your
Yeah,
friend.
once they start shipping to
Yeah.
friendly local gaming stores, I will be very noisy about it on Twitter. So
Yeah, me
Ship
too.
keep an eye.
I shit my pants.
As will we all. I ship the drugs!
I love that commercial.
That's the best. All right, guys.
And her pants, I ship it.
Thank you all for joining us this evening, and we'll catch you all in 2 weeks if you
Bye.
want.